And what's good, ladies and gents? So as you can see, I got my little 110 apart here because I figured I'd save you guys, the whole beginning portion of this, of taking that off. Got most of the bolts around here off because we're obviously going to be doing a clutch install with the Hyper Oil pump set. Just got her broken in this weekend. As you can see here, I added an hour timer. Hello. I don't know if you guys can read that, but it has 0.6 on there, but I wrote it quite a bit before I put that hour meter on there, so I'm sure we're well above the hour mark. We wanted to get at least an hour on there, break it all in, see how she's doing before I added, a clutch to the mix, and if I ran into an issue, at least I knew it's somewhere there. But I didn't, which is a good thing. Knock on the bike, dude. Freaking yeah, it seems like every time I ride it, or I was riding it, doing a couple heat cycles, it was gaining more and more horsepower. I'm sure that has to do with the A-Racer combo of the AFR module with the RC2. Don't have to go with the RC2. Like I said in my previous videos, just allows for better adjustability and your fuel curve. But anyways, enough talk about that. Yeah, let's get into it. So obviously you want to take that stuff apart to allow the cover to come off, and the coating on here is really fragile, so careful. Even taking the bolt off, look at it, took some of, cracked it. Look at that, caca, dude, no bueno. Yeah, you're gonna want to be careful about that, and you're for sure gonna want to loosen up your clutch adjuster right here before you start trying to take these off. Otherwise it's gonna put some pressure on there and it's not gonna want to let it come out. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, wanted to show you guys too. That's my you see that? A little bit of wear. I did kind of drop it on its side, the oil plug. So it's got a little bit of debris. Let's see if I can, hang on, I got a towel somewhere right here. Oh, I'll just use this one so we can see how much crap was on there from it breaking in. Hopefully I'm getting this on there for you guys. So anyways, yeah, we got a little bit of metal shavings. I've seen way worse after breaking in the motor, especially a new one. Obviously this wasn't a complete new engine break-in, but yeah, so got that much debris out of there. So I'll probably ride it another maybe hour, so I'll change the oil in it again, check it again, see how she's doing, and yeah, keep a close eye on that, because after this we should barely find any metal shavings in there. So yeah, buddy, yeah, let's get into it. So I'm gonna pull this cover off and then expose the internals of there. Okay, so we got the cover pulled off. Yeah, it's looking pretty good in here. Don't see anything too concerning. When I did drain the oil, I didn't see a ton of like clutch debris in here, so at least I know that I wasn't too rough on her when I was breaking her in. So that's always a positive. And also all these bolts too that come off the case, the cover, they're all basically the same length. I've pulled cases where they have a different size, and so you won't have to worry about that with this guy. Oh, look at that rock. Yeah, you won't have to worry about it with this guy. So yeah, should be solid there. Yeah, I was just trying to pull out this dowel, see if it comes out, and it does. So be aware of that. I'm trying to see if there's any other ones around here. And first time doing this, so I'm kind of learning with you guys. When you do pull this off, this is going to be kind of hanging here like that. Mine was, I mean, this could have been like in any direction, I guess, if it just turns and falls. But anyways, yeah, don't be too concerned. So this should just literally slide right off like so. Yeah, gonna start taking this sucker apart, do a little time lapse. Alrighty, so we got what I think is probably the pressure plate on this thing off. Didn't take a lot. As you guys saw, me probably struggling with this guy. I was trying to see how I could get the bolts to align on there so I could pinch this sucker off, but ended up not working out all that great. So I ended up just having to clasp it from the very top over here, just enough to keep it from spinning, and that ended up working. And then I also tried taking the tray off because I saw a little bit of like black debris down there, but these two suckers are blocking it. Would probably have to, I'll probably be able to take, well, I'll for sure be able to take it off once the clutch is off of there. So yeah, next thing we gotta do is use this special tool that you gotta buy. You can get this thing like off of eBay or something, just to get on there like that and be able to turn this to take this off. So that's what we're gonna do next. I'm probably gonna use a impact real quick, see if that'll smack it off right quick, you know, without me having to clasp onto the top with this thing. And yeah, that'll make it easier. And then the more challenging part will just be trying to torque it down to spec. What else was I gonna mention? Oh yeah, this guy right here. So I was messing around down here, and right in between these two grooves, hopefully you guys can see it, was this screen. You can see there's like, I don't know, it looks like gasket material and then some blue stuff, maybe some from, I don't know what that stuff is. But anyways, took it out. I'm gonna clean this sucker out, and yeah. Okay, so for all you critics, you know, I was trying to find an easier way to do this, but this pan is getting in the way. So you don't have to disassemble the clutch, but I almost thought that if I could, you know, kind of disassemble that sucker, I could almost like wiggle, finesse its way out. I'm pretty sure if this stupid tray wasn't, I mean, it's not stupid because it serves a purpose, holds oil in there for the clutch. But if that tray wouldn't have been there, you could have literally just basically slid this sucker out. But instead, as you guys saw in the video, had to take this out and then take out that nut. As you can see right there, there is one of these little teeth that gets pushed down into there and keep it from spinning. So you will need to lift that up. And then as you guys saw, I kind of MacGyvered my clutch with this, put two of those in there to see if I could spin it and release it with that tool so that I could get it free and everything. But like I said, don't need to do that. So yeah, here we are. We're at this portion of the clutch install now. All I have to do is just slip it on in there and we should be Gucci. So you'll want to make sure that you align those teeth, obviously, and wanted to get a look at this tray in here. See, you see little black pieces, little specks of whatever that stuff is, probably from the clutch something. The little fibers. Where is that guy? Anyways, so here it is. Let's see. I was gonna do this anyway, so it kind of worked out that I did it on the bike, because I wanted to check out the clutch plates individually. So I'm gonna do that, check these out, see how they're wearing. Looks like, I mean, this one's fine. yeah, not too much material missing, but this one that I have soaking, the new one, definitely, maybe this just worn that much, and I don't even know it, but I guess I can get my calipers out, maybe look in the manual and see, because I have the older manual, so it doesn't show you this stuff on this model. It's a little different on the older ones, but yeah, these are definitely thicker for sure. But anyways, what do we do next? Definitely don't put the clutch back in this, so I guess we'll put the hyper oil pump set in here now, since we got basically all this stuff out of the room, and I can literally just pull this out if I need more room. So yeah, we'll do that and move on to the next step. Okay, so that was a pretty easy one. Just 3 bolts, these 3, boom, boom, boom. So you can see right here, sorry, bad cameraing. I probably should have taken that off for you guys. I realized that afterwards when I grabbed the camera. But anyways, so it's just these 3. Oop, 1, 2, 3, and this sucker comes off. And there's the old one, there's the new one. If you look at the gears in here, teeth, whatever you want to call them, these are just freaking way bigger. You can see those suckers, like even like the galleys in between, so it's gonna be pumping some oil, man. So yeah, now I'll put this gasket on there, boom, like so, and then we'll just make sure that we align this little sucker right here with that little, there's a little indentation, or I don't even know what you'd call it, but there's something in there that's turning this with another gear that you want to align that sucker. And right now mine's straight up and down pretty much, so it'll be kind of easy for me to align it on there. So yeah, I'm gonna get it on there. Oh, and then we got the screen clean, put back in there, that's solid. So yeah, just gonna throw this sucker back on there and then put those 3 bolts on there. We already, if you saw my big bore install, I already drilled, made the hole bigger, so I didn't have to take off my whole top end to do that. So that's why I decided to do that then. And then since we're gonna be doing the clutch now, perfect time to throw this sucker on there. So yeah, we can keep moving right along. So like I said, we're gonna throw those 3 bolts on there. These are different. This one here, which is this guy, is a longer one. So make sure you don't confuse those 3 on where they go. You can strip out your hole trying to jam that sucker in there. So yeah, anyways, gonna throw those in there and yeah, call that portion of the video, or of this install, good. All right, so we got that Yuminashi hyper oil pump set on there. So like I said, pretty easy install once you got everything out of the way. I mean, it could be a difficult install. Like I said earlier in the video, I'd already drilled my hole, and you'll be able to see it. It'll be like right here once you take off your, if you do take off your top end, perfect time to do it if you were doing a big bore. Yeah, you'd see the like little passage, oil galley, passageway, whatever, somewhere up in here, but it'll be on this side. Can't miss it, it's the only one. And yeah, just enlarge that hole and then you'd be solid. You might as well do everything I'm doing clutch wise. If you're gonna be doing the big bore, you might as well go in here, throw in a better clutch, and then that sucker, and you're gonna have a sturdy, beefy freaking bike when it comes to that portion of it. You'll get way better lubricity, you'll have a much stronger clutch, and yeah, you'll be able to check out the internals, clean that thing out. And as you can see, I cleaned this sucker out. It was I actually got quite a bit of black material, which is probably from the clutch plates wearing and stuff, but I mean, yeah, that was all from there. I just used a new one to clean everything from there. But yeah, look at her, and that's just nice, and you could eat off that sucker. So anyways, back to the clutch now. Oh, I just ran over my phone. So you'll want to, if you take off the plates like I did to soak them in oil, because you're going to use up a lot less oil that way, then you'll want to make sure that all these are seated. These grooves right here, they're just gonna plop on in there in between the basket. So no big deal there, but you will want to make sure that this is touching and this is touching on both sides, because if I just initially I just grabbed it and I put it on there, and there was a big old gap between these ones back here. They weren't aligning, so you could grab this, flip it up, and then put all your plates and stuff, and then essentially you could line up, there's little grooves on the back side of this, and you just line those suckers up until you get them all lined up and touching, and then all you got to do is just drop this sucker in and you're golden. Oh, here, this might be a perfect time to show you. Oh, see how it popped back in, and now it's kind of, this is recessed in there. So now I know that this thing's sitting all the way to the bottom, but it wasn't earlier. It was kind of even with this, so yeah, you have to watch out for that when it comes to this. So I'm just gonna throw on my springs, and then the pressure plate, and yeah. Oh yeah, and one thing I almost forgot to tell you guys too is this washer, you'll need this sucker from your stock clutch. So it'll be sitting right in there, right in that groove, and then you can grab this, plop this in, and like I said, tighten everything down. But yeah, almost forgot to let you guys know that there is one piece that you need to retain from the stock clutch onto this aftermarket one. So yeah, buddy. She's on there. Okay, so as you saw in my little time lapse, a bit of a struggle. I'm trying different ways, seeing what way was easier. Easiest way ended up being, well, at least just to even get this, I don't even know what we want to call this sucker, but to get this on there, ended up having to kind of put it on the bottom of the whole clutch and just slipping it in there at the same time while I was holding it like this, the whole thing, and slip in there. And then another thing too that you want to do is, you see how there's two sets of gears on this? You need to align both of these in order to get this to sit all the way back, otherwise this sits in between, and then these gears end up smacking this backside one and doesn't let it seat all the way back. So yeah, I guess those are my little tips for getting this whole assembly on there. And now gonna put this nut back on in here, or I guess I could even do this. I'll just do everything, but anyways, these in the previous manual call for 9 foot-pounds, so we're gonna put those in 9 foot-pounds, and I think this middle one was at 40. Let me look real quick, so don't quote me yet. Yeah, so 9 for those small ones and 40 for the big sucker. And then what's that other one? Oh, and then this one as well, which is that guy, is 40 foot-pounds as well. So and like I said, that's for the previous years, but we're gonna send it and put it at that same amount. Can't hurt. They look basically the same, so other than obviously the different style clutch, this one only uses 3 bolts, but I'm sure we'll be all right. got those two suckers. We got these down to 9. We got this to 40 foot-pounds, and that's 9 foot-pounds, not inch. And then this one is kind of a struggle. So according to the older manual, it says that if you can't get one of these teeth to align with it at 40 foot-pounds to further tighten it. So mine was like off by, I don't know, foot-pound or so, and then I ended up tightening it, like I said, foot-pound or so more. So I hit like 41 and one of these teeth aligned, bent it back down in there, and yeah, she's solid now. There was a bunch of, I don't know, it was like gunk in here, all around in here, so cleaned that up while I was in there. And then this washer over here, I forgot to pause and show you guys, but it has outside written on it, which obviously is going to face you, and then there's a groove on the back side, and there's 3 of them in the back that you can put it in. I was kind of trying different ones to see if I can get it to hit 40 foot-pounds and then it be exactly on one of these grooves and me just bend down the tab, but didn't happen. So yeah, I just ended up tightening it up. So now we're gonna tighten that guy up to 40 foot-pounds for the clutch, and then get these put on there too. And then these, I forget what it said. Here, let me look. But on those it says 3.7 foot-pounds for those suckers. And it does say to put a Loctite on there, so you can grab some Loctite, put some on the bolts, put these suckers at 3.7, and yeah. So I figured I'd take this off real quick and show you guys. So this is what I meant by aligning these to the groove. So on the back of this washer, you can see that it's got that one groove, and that can go in any of those. And then this is a washer that says outside, so that obviously will go out pointing towards you. So, oops, boom, see? It'll sit in there in that little pocket, and that'll be facing you. And then you just throw your freaking nut in there, dude. And now I gotta do all that all over again. But anyways, yeah, I wanted to show you guys just so you could see. For those that are like on the fence of installing this, it's not that bad. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and play with this again and get it buttoned up. And then I'm probably gonna install these two, well, I'm not gonna film this, install these 2 bolts under here. And then yeah, okay, so we got all those other goodies done. Ended up, like I said, putting that back together, so that is solid there. Retorqued everything, we're good. I did go ahead and install, got a little ahead of myself, the new gasket on here. Cleaned the surface on that sucker, the mating surface to this, and then took off the old gasket. So you put the 2 dowel pins, because you have one here and then you have one down here on there. And now the only thing that's left to do is to put those little chingas on. And so this one's got a little mark on it. See the little, hang on, the little dot right there? Boom. So that is gonna align with your line right here. So it'll go like that. Hopefully that's showing through. But anyways, that sucker straight on. This line's pointing at that little circle right there, and then you just slide this other piece on here, and then we can call it good. Seal her back up. Uh-oh, I'm about to slide that back a little bit. Oh no, it went in. So yeah, that's on there now. Now we just gotta get this thing to line with the hole there. The adjuster, clutch adjuster, and what else? Oh, and then on the other manual it does say apply a little bit of grease on this sucker right here on the shift shaft seal. So I'm going to clean that up and apply little bit of grease on there and pop this sucker on there. Okay, so once you get that aligned, you're gonna have this piece sitting there like that, and then your other one, the adjuster, is gonna be sitting here like this. I got, you know, the nut partially on there, so that way we could just literally slip it on and call it good. Then you can check it through the top of the hole, make sure that that piece right there made it into that. And yeah. Alright, well, she's all buttoned up. Check the gears, goes through them all. So the only thing, didn't mess anything up there. The only thing that's left to do now is, oh, I guess I should show you guys too, because I did it this way, as you guys saw in the video, but after I kind of cut it off too early. I ended up using this to fish it in there, get that back piece of the adjuster on to this piece right here with the that has those those three big old ball bearings to mate it on there. With this loose all the way, you can push it in there. Well, you got it with your magnet. This one's flexible, so it made it pretty easy to bend and get it in there. But if you don't have one of those or something, you could always put the bike on its side. I just didn't want to do that in case some of my fuel came out of there, because I got kind of a full tank, so I didn't feel like draining it and all that other good stuff, so we did it that way. Yeah, so the only thing left to do from here on out is to adjust your clutch, and to do that, you're going to want to obviously have this nut loose, as it would have been depending on how you're putting this on, and then this, your adjuster, so it'll look something like this. So you'll be grabbing this at the same time like that, and then you'd have your screwdriver in here, and so you'd go to the left with this adjuster screw until you feel a little bit of resistance, and then you turn it about 1/8, and then you tighten up the nut, and then see how your clutch is engaging, and then from there on out you just make the adjustments needed to have it engage like how it was, if you liked it how it was, or you know, it's to each his own. But obviously, you know, if you adjust it too tightly or something, it's going to be rubbing the entire time, and it's going to wear your clutch plates. So yeah, keep that in mind and try to get it as close as possible to how it was stock wise, so you don't have any extra wear. But yeah, I mean, I guess this concludes basically the entire video. So anyways, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and find it useful. Later.